All right. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakrak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. A peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yahweh is the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashim is in the name. Rakah is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akim is brothers. Akwaf is sisters. Shalom means peace. And Yasharallah is Israel in ancient Paleo Hebrew. Alright, let's go ahead and play this clip.
7:02 now. Rallies in cities across the country yesterday drew hundreds of thousands of protesters in defiance of the Trump administration. And it's not just here in the U.S., but across Europe as well. Rallies were also held in Paris, Lisbon, London, and Lisbon. And then here in the district, more than 10,000 people traveled to the hands-off rally on the National Mall. Our John Duran was there.
In the shadow of the country's most recognizable monument, energetic masses came with signs and chants.
I'm here because we all have to stand up for our rights and to defend against what this administration is doing.
Hearing from prominent politicians who say they're frustrated with the new presidential administration.
And if anybody was slow to wake up to this authoritarian takeover, nobody's sleeping now, and nothing is going to stop the forces of democracy and freedom in America.
Protesters opposing things like cuts to the federal workforce and government programs, recently imposed tariffs, and health care.
As a woman, we see our rights floating away like dandelion fluff on the wind. But we are here, whether you want to acknowledge it or not.
Some people we talked to say they traveled hundreds of miles just to be here on the National Mall Saturday to be a part of this movement in the nation's capital.
My wife and I, Lauren and I, are from St. Augustine, Florida.
We bought tickets this week. Said we've got to take part. Do it for our grandchildren. This is outrageous what's happening here.
Like this couple, Clarence Cooper says he had to be here to have his voice heard.
I'm here from Atlanta, okay. Yeah, and I believe that everything starts with these people right here. That's what we vote for, to put in to protect our rights. When they don't protect our rights, we have what's going on now that's happening to us.
Attendees say there will be more of this in the near future.
It'll take a bunch more of these and more people before things change. So, but we're in it for the long haul.
In D.C., John Duran, WUSA 9.
All right, and so as you can see, let me see if I could as you can see, you know, Esau's kingdom's falling down, and you got a lot of people, a lot of the, you know, you got a sprinkle of Jake out there, but you got Esau, Edom out there mainly. You know, they voted for their boy. They voted for their boy Trump to bring back that that white privilege, you know. And with these tariffs, which are, you know, the increase of the goods, you know, the resources, people are all mourning, you know, and people, you know, you could tell. Look at this. This is happening all across the world, actually. I don't think they mentioned it in here, but yeah, this, you know, it's happening all across the world. You know, and the more, you know, their president, the more Trump goes ahead and puts hell on everyone all across the world. You know, you can see even on the west, not the west, Slovakia, on the east side, how they are gathering together and coming together on the east against the west. All right, against America. So they're coming together. You know, you got China, Korea, I forgot the other one. But they're all coming together against, America. And, yeah, so this is going to bring sedition among men. And who knows? Possibly martial law. A little bit of, that. But we're looking for the MOTB. All right, so let's go ahead and get some scriptures on this. And then we'll close out. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. Okay. 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and the people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, and soon that will take place. That will take place. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, so what you see happening is that right now they're standing up, they're rising up, and Trump can respond with great fury. Okay, but he's the one in charge. All right, he doesn't have to do anything, and they voted for him in there. So here we are. Everyone's getting all wound up and everything. Everyone's going all crazy and stuff, and you could see it in the people. They're mad. For there shall be sedition among men. All right. They're going to rise up against their princes, their kings, such as Trump. Trump is the president. They're rising up. They're not regarding what they're saying. Soon, and in the course of their actions, the course of the people, their actions shall stand in their power. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this is going to cause. Because let's just say Trump comes in and says, "Hey, listen, I got a plan. All right, I got a plan to take care of all this. We could settle this all across the world, right? I'm just speaking." And then he says they implement the MOTB. All right. But the sedition, it's gonna get crazy. Right now, you can see the people getting wound up, and they're ready to, if things don't change, they're gonna do something. So the people are definitely, they're angry. Let's see, Revelations 15. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can get that instead. Salakia, bear with me. 15. No, that is not what I wanted. Salakia, I was already there. I was looking at the wrong thing. Alright. 15. Yeah, Revelations 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, so let's just say Trump comes up and says, "Hey, listen, I got a better solution." All right. This is, he starts rolling out that MOTB, the beast system, his system, the New World Order. Let's just say it like that. And he says, "Hey, yeah, this is what it's going to be, right? And if you don't worship this, you don't obey by these rules, well, you should be killed. And here it is, Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Because what you see happening is that with these tariffs that Trump has put in place, the world itself is responding to his actions. Okay? And his people that voted him in there, they don't like what he's doing. Okay? Everyone that voted for him, they don't like what he's doing. And so this is causing a lot of sedition. It's going to cause even more if this keeps up. And Trump can respond, the Lord could harden Trump's heart, and he responds with a much greater anger towards the people, which he probably is going to come up with, just saying, he's probably going to say, oh yeah, I got a better solution, which will be this right here. Okay, he had power to give life into the beast, and if he gives life to it, he's going to want the people to worship it. And if you don't worship the beast, the image of the beast, its system, the system that they're going to implement, well, he's going to cause you to be killed. Okay? All right, let's get Revelations chapter 6. Okay, now this is going into the seals, and you'll see why. I'll explain. In the third seal, famine. Okay, as you can tell, you have war. You have you have war. You have famine. You have death. Right. We're just going to read these two here, Lord willing. This will be edifying. All right. And when he had opened the third seal, when they say he, they're talking about Yahushua. When he opens up the third seal, I heard a third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil or the wine. Wait, the oil and the wine. Okay, so what that's going into is a measure of wheat for a penny, three measures of barley for a penny. So things are going to be, they may feel cheap, but they're going to be expensive. It's going to cost you a lot just to get food. Even now, right now, it's costing a lot to get food, but it's going to get worse. Okay, and that is going to cause a lot of famine to happen. Now, look what's happening right now. The things are increasing for the groceries. Eggs are increasing. Everything is increasing. With these tariffs that Trump has put into place, everything is increasing. If you've noticed that America, we don't produce anything, right? Everything that we get is from outside of America. Now, that is going to, now with these tariffs in place, and the East rising up against the West, it puts a lot of pressure on the American people. Now, when Trump responds, which he will respond eventually, it could be good, it could be bad, but ultimately it's bad. Not good, let me phrase that. But it's good for us. It's good for us because we are seeing and witnessing the end and the downfall of this kingdom. Because what we want is our King, Yahushua. Okay? We want Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, to come knock this place down. All right, we are so close to the end. So here we go. Let me forgive me for my rant. I'm excited. All right, Revelation 6 and 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, when Yahushua opened up the fourth seal, I heard a voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." All right, and here it is. And look, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, meaning all the world, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. Okay, so think about this here for a second. To kill with the sword, the modern day sword is the gun. All right, and who has power right now? Controlling the resources that can starve out people. Once he implements this new this beast system, okay, and the MOTB, once he starts rolling that out, he can shut you out. That you won't be able to buy or sell unless you had the what? The mark. Okay? So that will cause a lot of people who refuse to take that MOTB into a hunger. All right? And with death. Because if you don't worship the beast, you don't take the MOTB, well, guess what? You have no use. They will do their best to put you to death. Okay? You have no use in their society. Okay? And with the beast of the earth. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's go back to this here. And we'll close out, Lord willing, at 19. But we're going to read at 17. And men shall desire to go into... No, you know, it's like I'm going to read up 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor priests, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, because they're going to lock down the place. Okay, with all this chaos happening, it wouldn't be weird to see the government respond to all-out chaos. All right, and put a curfew on people, or even lock the cities down, like they did back in when, you know, the C-19 kind of thing. All right. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Oh, Slovakia. Okay, and okay, yeah, verse 18. And men shall be afraid. I'll read that one more time. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because what's going to happen is they're going to lock down. You won't be able to travel. You won't be able to do anything. And what Esau's going to do, you know, it's just like when you're running low on bread, what are they going to do? They're going to come after everyone. They're going to go after their neighbors. Here, let's keep reading. And men shall have pity. Salakia. And men shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, steal their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Because it's going to get real crazy out here. Now, this is also the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? This is going to be, this is right here is what we, this is, it's scary times, but at the same time, we know what's about to take place. Yahweh Shai is about to come and knock this place down, okay? And he's doing it through Esau, Edom, and the other nations. You know, nuclear destruction is on the way. Alright, so you see what's happening out here. It's gonna get crazy like this. But don't fear. Yo, our king is on the way, man. We have to stand strong. Stay prayed up. Lord willing, this was edifying. Let me read that one more time. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, meaning the modern day gun, and spoil their goods. They're going to steal your goods, whatever you got. Run it. And because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Man. And we see it happening. We see this playing out real soon. Alright? And we just have to stay strong. Pray for strength. Pray for endurance. Alright, brothers? Yeah, it's scary, but at the same time, we have a greater hope. We know who's on the way. We know who we're waiting for. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You are the true Hebrew Israelites. And we're just waiting for our king to come and knock this whole thing out. That's when we'll get our rest. And we're almost there. We're almost there. So hang tight. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.